One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
Afternoon. All right, I'm on a break and I am running to the bank because apparently tomorrow is a national holiday. And y'all, like seriously, they gonna have to move this Juneteenth around. I understand that the liberals, they wanted to give us this holiday and try to make us feel good and all of that. Ain't nobody trying to do no holiday in the middle of the week. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to do that. Ain't nobody trying to work 2 days, be off, and then work 2 days. They need to move Juneteenth to a Monday or a Friday. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. They gonna try to maintain the actual date instead of just making it, okay, this is what I say is gonna happen eventually, because people gonna get sick of this. Even though Juneteenth is tomorrow, they gonna say, hey, Juneteenth is on a Wednesday, but we gonna acknowledge it on a Friday, or we gonna acknowledge it on Monday. So I hope we get to that, because this idea of being off in the middle of the week is not cool. Okay, somebody said we need some reparations. That ain't happening. Get over it. Get over it. You better figure out how to make your own reparations. But yeah, this little Wednesday holiday, that ain't gonna fly. That's not good. There ain't nobody trying to go into no work and then be off in the middle of the week and then come back to work. And look, if you want to go somewhere or go on vacation, like what you gonna do? You got to take off Monday, Tuesday, or you got to take off Thursday, Friday. It's one thing to have it on a Monday, right? Because you like, okay, I'll make it a long weekend. But no, it's smack dab on a Wednesday. So nah, this got to change. Something got to be different. They gotta do, it's another holiday they do like that, where they say, hey, the actual day is this day, but we're going to acknowledge it on Monday. Or we're going to acknowledge, you know what I mean? Like, this is not cool. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent about this Juneteenth. And I could say so much more about that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not getting into the land of politics and all of that. But anyway, what I'm here to talk about today is daddy issues, okay? We need to talk about daddy issues. We need to talk about women and your daddy issues and how important it is to resolve them. You have got to resolve the issues you have with your father. And whether that's your biological father, whether that's your stepfather, whoever played that role, your grandfather, whoever played that role in your life, like, you need to resolve that. And especially if you had no one. So if you had no father figure at all, you got some work ahead of you. You got some work ahead of you. You gotta, and people don't want to hear this. Look, people don't want to hear this in the therapy practice. Well, I didn't do this, and why I gotta work so hard to heal, and why I gotta work on my traumas, and it's the other people. It's the other people in my life that created this. It's the other people in my life that used and abused me and mistreated me and this, that, and the third. Okay. Again, while I am very empathetic and sympathetic for that, that does not change that it's still your life. You have sovereignty over your life. And you walking around like somebody owes you something. You walking around like you can't be whole and complete until somebody else makes it right, makes it well, or does, or apologizes, or whatever it is you think you need to be whole and happy. You are giving away your power to that other person. And y'all know I don't co-sign that. I co-sign accountability, responsibility, sovereignty. Okay, that's what Anita is on all day long. I don't care what you did to me. I don't care what it is. I make the decision. I'm grown. I make the decision on how I want to live my life, how I want life to go, what I'm going to tolerate, what I ain't going to tolerate. Like, Anita is in charge now. So I'm not a child anymore. I'm a grown adult. And even if you were hurt as a child, that is not your fault. Anything that happened to you before the age of 18 is not your fault. You were under the care of the adults in your life. And some of those adults didn't know what they was doing. Like, let's acknowledge that. They didn't have a clue how to properly raise you. They didn't have a clue how to emotionally attune to your needs. They didn't have a clue just how to be good parents. Okay, I get it. But now that you're an adult, you got two options. Number one, you can reparent yourself, and that's a whole thing. I've already been through it long ago. You can reparent yourself. You can become the parent that you always needed. You can become the mama or the daddy that you wanted and needed. So you can do that for yourself, okay? We cannot expect mama and daddy to do it because legally they don't know us anything. Legally, they're no longer, over us. They no longer, have responsibility for us. So legally, we can't make them do anything. But we also legally can go about our business. Like, I'm often telling adult parents, you do know that your child is not obligated to have a relationship with you. Like, I'm always reminding adult parents of that. Like, your adult child does not have to have a relationship with you. It is optional, okay? And they're like, no, they got to do this and they got to do that. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't legally owe you anything. Your adult children could walk away from you forever and never talk to you again, and there's not a thing you can do about it as their parent. That's the truth. People hate when I say that, but it's the truth, okay? So, act accordingly, okay? Because it is people out here cutting their folks clean off. They're like, I'm good. I've been mentally abused and verbally abused and emotionally abused and physically abused and sexually abused. I don't want nothing to do with them. And you know what? I ain't mad. I ain't mad at those people. I thank God every day I didn't experience any, abuse. But I'm not mad at them. They need to go about their business. You couldn't pay me to continue to stay in contact with a family member that abused me. Like, I'm out. Okay, so I understand. I get it. But ladies, if you had no father, if you had no male role model whatsoever, if you had no man, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. All right, I'm going to pull up to the ATM. This is what a lot of people do not understand. And like I said, it absolutely breaks my heart that there are women in this world who have never experienced love, true love from a man. True love, right? And what does that look like? That love looks like, I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to serve you. I'm going to take care of you. And I don't want anything in return. That is truly like an unconditional, as much as it can be, because y'all know how I feel about unconditional love, but as much as it can be, like, that's what a father gives to his daughter. Because think about it, y'all. The father can't have sex with you, right? The father should not be having sex with you. So he don't want that. Then that's 98% of what most men are coming for. Most men are coming to women for sex. Like, let's keep it a buck right now, right? Let's be honest with each other. Most men, when they think about women, they think about sex. Okay? And it's just like motherly love. Motherly love is non-sexual, right? There ain't a thing my son can do for me. He's a good son, but We don't have no, we don't have no sexually intimate relationship. Like, he is a man that I can give to freely, and it's not a manipulation, right? Like, the love is just flowing back and forth, back and forth. It's not contingent on anything. That's what your father should have been to you. That's what your grandfather should have been to you. That's what your uncles and your male cousins should have been to you. And if you didn't have that, like, you really believe there are women out here that really, they have not a clue what it is to be in the presence of a man that don't want no tail. Like, they don't even understand what that is. They're like, what? He don't want to sleep with me? He don't want nothing? They don't have a clue what that is like. And then this is what's even more hurtful. It's like, that love is so freeing, y'all. It's so freeing. Like, I feel truly free around my father. And look, this what got me in my feelings. Let me just go off on this tangent real quick. So I posted on Father's Day. I posted later on Father's Day. So if you go back into my feed, there's a picture of me and my father and me and my family. We went to the MGM Grand National Harbor and had a late lunch and, just enjoyed the family. So there's a picture of my daddy, if y'all want to. And look, Instagram's algorithm is so weird. It's like 3 people saw that post. Only 3 people saw that Father's Day post. So I'm like, what the heck is Instagram doing? So anyway, I got almost 70,000 followers and 3 people saw that Father's Day post. So I don't know what Instagram is doing. But anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So most women have never experienced that freeing feeling of being with a man that don't want nothing from them. They don't have a clue what that's like. They don't have a clue what it's like to give and do for a man, and it's not contingent on anything, right? Like, it's free. It's so freeing. When I do things for my dad, when I do things for my son, it's like there's no strings attached on my end. When they do things for me, there's no strings attached on their end, right? Because I can't sleep with them. When I do things for, my cousins, my male cousins, my brothers, when I do things for my uncles, there is no strings attached. There's something that is absolutely freeing about that. And most women will never experience that. They will never know that type of love from a man. Now I'm going to go a step further. Okay? I'm going to go a step further. And let me write my account number on here. I'm going to go a step further, because what people think is odd about me is that I have male friends. I have male friends right now. And while I'm not going to disagree that if they had the opportunity to be sexually intimate, they would. I'm not going to disagree. But honestly, if I'm being real honest, y'all, that is not something, that's not an energy that I've ever felt. I've never felt that coming off of them, right? I've never felt this energy of, ooh, I'm playing the good guy role and I'm just going to hang out and wait for you to get, horny enough or lonely enough and have sex with me. I don't feel that energy coming off of them. I don't. I've been friends with some of my guy friends for years. So in my mind, I'm thinking, damn, if you waiting to hit, you're going to be waiting forever. You're going to be waiting forever. But I don't feel that energy coming off of them. I feel a genuine, Anita's cool, right? Anita's cool. We're cool. We have each other's back. We do things for each other. We're there for each other. When we have stuff going on in our life, we can go to each other. We can get support. That's the energy I feel. And I've always had that. I've always had that as long as I can remember. From the time I was very young, and I was very much a tomboy. So I was very much a tomboy. And y'all, I thank God every day. Look, I thank God every day I was born in 68, because now if I was doing the stuff I was doing then, and running with my brothers and their friends and running dirt bikes and all the hunting and fishing and all that, they would turn me into a boy. They would turn me into a boy. They would say, "Oh, you must be a boy." No, I'm not. It's called a phase. It's called a tomboy phase. But from that time, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I was very much a tomboy. I had plenty of friends, girls and boys, but I had guy friends. And I saw them just like I saw my brothers, just like I see my cousins. I saw them all the same. And that has continued to this day. Thank you. All right. And so, like I said, because I be telling y'all this, right? So a lot of this comes from, I just believe men are gross, right? And I tell y'all that, y'all know I say that. I think men are gross. And the reason why I say that is because I live with them. I've lived with my brothers. I've lived with my father. I've lived with my cousins. I've lived with, the man I was married to, my son, and the other man I live with. I've lived with them. And I see what their life is really like behind closed doors. And it's nasty. Okay. So I'm going to be honest. A part of me is like, I don't pedestalize men because I think they're gross. So sometimes I think that's odd that women, they pedestalize men. They think men are just, oh my God, girl, oh, he's so cute. And no, he ain't. He nasty. Okay. He look cute right now. But if you live with him, girl, he nasty. He nasty. Okay. So I don't pedestalize most men. Like I'm pretty down to earth when it comes to it. God has not created a man yet that would ever have me like just wanting to lose my whole life over him. Like God has not created a man yet. I've been sad. I've been let down. I've been disappointed. But I ain't never want to take myself out over no man. Like absolutely not. Yuck. Like, nah. No thank you. Oh, it didn't work out? Oh, shucks. That's it. Like the fact that women want to take themselves out over a man? Oh, heck no. Nah, God has put too much greatness in me, so I don't understand that right there. But yeah, women, we got to stop pedestalizing men. But here's what I noticed. I had a best friend in high school, and because she had 2 sisters and her mother, she was raised by her father, but she was 2 sisters and her mother. And so, she kind of pedestalized men. Like she didn't see men like I saw men. She wasn't around them and growing up with them and kind of really seeing them for who they are. So she always pretended to be this femme fatale when she was around them. Her voice changed, her body language changed. Like she pedestalized men. And I was like, no. And she would get on me. She would be like, oh, and you need to dress like this and look like this and talk like this. But yet, I had more guy friends, right? So I had all these guy friends, and I mean guys that she liked. She was like, you and Tony went to the movies? I was like, yeah. She's like, what? Are you dating him? I was like, no. I was like, Tony is cool. He's my homeboy. He's cool. That's it. But she wanted to get with Tony. Well, but next time when y'all go, can you invite me? I said, why don't you just stop pedestalizing him? Like, just treat him like the nasty man that he is, okay? And that will pique Tony's curiosity, because that's what tends to happen. Men are so like, oh, Anita's not pedestalizing me. Anita's not, like, acting like I'm the best thing since sliced bread. No, because I know the truth. Y'all are nasty, okay? So, yeah, that's what tended to happen. Like, oh, Anita's cool. She's not pedestalizing me. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Like, why are all these other girls flipping out over me, especially the little cute boys? Well, all these other girls are flipping out over me. How come Anita ain't giving me that time of day? Because you're nasty. Because, you're not a big deal. Okay, you're a man. You're not a big deal. All right? So, okay. But I've always encouraged women, stop pedestalizing men. But I noticed the women who don't have fathers, the women who don't have brothers, the women who, they don't have any healthy masculine role models. Those are the women who tend to pedestalize men. And that's going to get you into trouble. Okay? Second thing I'm going to say about daddy issues. If you have a daddy or a granddaddy or a stepdaddy And let's say that man abused you. Let's say that man physically abused you. Let's say that man verbally abused you. Let's say that man sexually abused you. You now have it imprinted in you that that is love, that abuse is love, that pain is love. And you will keep, see, this is what people don't want to hear, but you got to hear this. Imago tells us that we tend to reenact our childhood. We reenact the hardest, most painful parts of our childhood with people today. That's what the Imago theory is all about. That we will pick a person like our mother, like our father, and we will do that dance all over again. We will reenact the trauma from our childhood over and over and over again. So women who felt like they had to earn love, I have to earn my father's love. I have to do things to get him to love me and get him to see me. And I have to knock myself out. I have to be a really good cook, or I have to be a really good student, or I have to be a really good person at sports or whatever. Right? And then if that person hurt you, if that person abused you, if that person neglected you, you will keep doing that dance with men over and over and over. You will let men treat you like crap. You will let men physically abuse you, talk to you any kind of way. Your self-esteem is lower than a snake's belly. Your confidence is low. You don't know how to speak up for yourself. You shut down. You don't know how to have hard conversations. You don't know how to express what you need. It's so many women right now that ain't got no business being in no relationship. Because your daddy issues is the reason why that you having the trouble that you have. And you have to be willing to heal that. You have to heal that. If you do not, you will just keep reenacting everything that happened in your childhood over and over and over. How do I know? Because I did it. Because I did it. And when I woke up, when I did that work, when I finally healed that wound, when I forgave my father, and I mean really forgave him, when I set boundaries with him, when I told him, hey, this is what happened, this is how it hurt me, this is how it made me feel, right? When I got it off my chest, everything changed. Everything changed. The men I attracted changed. The relationships I had, everything changed. Everything changed because I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this dance no more. I'm sick of this dance. I'm sick of meeting these emotionally unavailable men. Look, let's go here. I'm sick of being emotionally unavailable. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm emotionally unavailable. I'm attracting all these emotionally unavailable men because I'm emotionally unavailable. I'm shut down. Okay? Because of things that happened when I was younger between my dad and I. But my dad is the classic, born in 1940s. He is the classic, old school black guy. And only recently, only in the last 5 years has my dad really started to get touchy-feely, really started to get in his feelings. My dad says, I love you all the time. My dad hugs us. I'm like, what are you it's shocking because he never was that guy. He never was that guy. But as he's gotten older, as that testosterone is going down, that's what I always tell men, the day is going to happen where you're going to bust out crying at a commercial, at a baby commercial or a doggy commercial. You're going to bust out crying and you ain't going to know why. It's because that testosterone goes down, which allows more of that estrogen in your body to allow you to feel and to start getting in touch with your emotions. So that's what's happening with my dad. He's older now. That testosterone has gone down. He's starting to feel his feelings again. And, he's very, much more sensitive, much more loving, much more verbal, so. But you got to heal the daddy issues. That's doing a lot of y'all in. And look, I had a good friend where she was like, well, I wasn't raised with my father and I'm fine. I'm like, no, you ain't. The fact that you just said that tells me you ain't fine. And he wasn't there and I'm doing just fine. The fact that you are so oblivious tells me it's not fine. And let's be 100% real. God did not make it so that a man, a biological man and a biological woman had to come together to create a baby. He did not make it that way for one of them to raise the baby. His intention was they would come together, they would pair bond, and they would make a baby and raise the baby. Because the baby needs two complementary adults. The baby needs a feminine complementary adult, a masculine the baby needs both of them. The anima, the animus, the yin, the yang. The baby needs both of those energies. Okay? He did not make it so that, single motherhood could be a whole thing. No, that was not God's plan. And so sometimes women will say, what do you think about going to the sperm bank? What do you think about, just getting pregnant and having a baby as a single mom? That's I'm not going to tell you what choice to make. That's a choice that you have to make. But I'm going to be honest with you. I, as a Christian, I know that's not God's plan. So I would be out of order. And because I'm pretty devout, I don't want to be out of the will of God. Like, I don't want to be out of order. If that's not what he made it to be, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. And God, let me tell y'all need to read the story of Abraham and Sarah and how old they were when their son came on the scene. Like, it's easy to lose faith, especially now. It's easy to lose faith. Like, oh, and I'm never going to have a baby. I'm never going to meet my husband. We're going to talk about this in Sunday's masterclass. I know a lot of women are losing faith. You're losing hope. I get it. And it's easy to do, especially now. Especially now. A lot of y'all are just giving up. I see videos on YouTube all the time. Why I don't date anymore. Why I'm done with men. Why I'm celibate forever. Like, why I'm decentering men. I see that all the time. But I'll be honest with you. The women who are talking like this, now, this is the truth. Women are more capable of doing that than men. So that's the first thing I need to tell you. Men are not capable of doing that for very long because God put a drive in you. He put a hunting spirit in you. So when men say they going their own way, they not going their own way sexually. Like, they not doing that. They may not marry a woman. They may not live with a woman, but they ain't going to stop having sex. That's what they ain't going to do. And that's what I often tell the little men, the MGTOW men. Okay, then go on your own way. Don't come over here for no sex. Don't pay for no sex. Don't contribute to OnlyFans or anything where women are online helping you to get off. Go your own way. Leave women clean alone. They're not going to do that. Men are not going to do that. That's what I find so fascinating. They love to act like, well, we don't need to deal with y'all. We can go our own way. Go your own way. Like, clean cut women off and everything associated with women. But y'all not going to do that. Y'all not going to do that. See? So there you go. Women are capable of that. It has been proven through history. My grandmother lost my grandfather. I want to say he was 58, 59. She lost my grandfather. My grandmother never had another man again, and she died in 95. Never. That's what we're capable of. We're capable of focusing on our family, focusing on our children, focusing on our grandchildren, being of service to the community, being of service to our church. My mom, another great one, she lost her husband 23 years ago. My mom has never been with another man since. She is not remarried. She just done. She's like, yeah, I'm good. That was the last husband I'm gonna have, and I'm good. I'm a widow, and I'm going to give my time and energy to you and my grandchildren and, to the church. And yeah, my mom's good. My mom very much has a place in society. It's older men that are struggling. Like, if we being honest, it's older men that are struggling as they age. So all these going their own way men, these men that don't have no family, that didn't get married and didn't have no children, y'all going to see what happened to them. That's what I think is so clever whenever men, y'all gonna have a bunch of cats. Okay. Okay. That sounds wonderful. Like, I actually tell men that, like, oh, that sounds like a lovely existence. And they get so mad because I'm like, all right. I'm going to die alone with my cats and my dogs. That sounds amazing. will I have my garden? Will I have my home? Will I be able to do this or that? Oh, well. They get so mad because I'm like, you, okay, that sounds great. That sounds like a lovely end of life, experience. So that's the reason why, ladies, they throw that cutout is because it's not what they would want. That would be a miserable existence for a man. If he died with his dog or his cat and no woman in sight, that would be miserable for him. But I'm going to be real. And if there's any men on here, you about to hear it straight from my mouth. For a woman, that ain't bad. like that's not even a cut. That's not like y'all trying so hard to offend. That's not offensive. Like the way things are going right now, there's a level of peace that women want. And yeah, the cat and the dog and my home and just chilling, that sounds peaceful to me. So that's not a cut. That's not a cut. And throwing around cuts like, well, you not married. I don't see it no ring on your finger. And you see this glow? You see this smile? You see this glow? You see this peaceful glow? Okay, so you're not offending me. You're not making me mad by saying that. She says, my father was a philanderer all of his life, got kids in different countries and continents now. He's 70 and homeless. It's beyond sad. Yeah, that's the fate that a lot of men are going to meet. A lot of men are going to end up in nursing homes. They're going to end up in, yeah. If they don't get married, if they don't have children, if they don't have good relationships with their children, if they don't have a loving marriage, that's what's going to happen. Women, on the other hand, like I said, women going to work it out. We're going to get with a group of ladies. We're going to live together, or we're going to buy some property together. We're going to figure it out. You see how these girls trips be moving? That right there should tell you everything you need to know. The fact that we can put together a girls trip amongst 10 or 12 or 13 women, we're going to work it out. Hey, girl, you getting older? Me too. Okay, well, we didn't have any children, or, we're not married. Maybe we should go in together. Maybe we should do some sort of communal living. Maybe we should, we're going to work it out. So, and there's plenty of women I know right now that are living with their mother or father or living with their sibling, right? They're going to work it out. Like, okay, I will do some communal living or live with their adult child and their family. Like, women will work it out. Like, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I got 3 kids. I can live with any of them. And I'm going to be all right. And look, we'll be the live-in babysitter. We'll be the live-in nanny. That's what women bring to society. We have a place. Okay? Even as we age. And it don't have to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Okay? Just because a woman is not on the cover of Sports Illustrated or not, wearing a bikini at 70 and all of that, she still has a place in society. So we need to stop this nonsense about, a woman over 35 has just hit the wall. She's completely useless. No, there are women out here, baby, that's getting married at 50s, 60s, 70s. Again, y'all want us. So I can't make this up. But anyway, but we got to get these daddy issues. We got to get these daddy issues under control, because that is one of the things that, if I'm being honest with y'all, I want men to vet women for. Please vet a woman for her daddy issues. Make sure that she's doing the work, that she's being very self-reflective. See, a lot of women are not self-reflecting, like, how has my relationship with my father, or the lack of a relationship with a father, how has that truly affected me? Like, you're going to have to be brutally honest. And really uncover that. Peel that onion layer by layer. I have done the work. I have peeled that onion. My dad has been in my life my whole life. And there is a lot to unpack there. And I have done a lot of that unpacking. We are in a great place. My dad fell over tomorrow. I would not a tear would fall. I kid you not. Not a tear would fall, because I would spend the entire funeral, the entire wake, the entire memorial service telling stories about my dad, laughing about my dad, telling everybody how grateful I am to have him. Like, I'm truly grateful for the 56 years that I had him. But see, I had to do the work. I had to get to the place where, okay, we good. We good. All right. And I want to see y'all do that too. Please. She's Evolving Lulu 74 says he's had 4 strokes, and I told him at one time if he don't stop, he's gonna wind up alone, and he said I'll never be alone. Okay, well now I can show you better than I can tell you. As the old folks say, I can show you better than I can tell you. So now he might be seeing. But ladies, whether we've had a father that's been abusive or neglectful, whether we've had a father, that didn't see us, didn't see our worth. And now we can't see our worth. We can't see us. And we're running from man to man. See me, see my worth. Choose me, pick me, and see my value, see my worth. And you know what? I'm even willing to abandon myself for you to do that. Heck no. Heck no. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm willing. Here's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to validate myself. And I'm willing to be with anyone who can see my worth and value. And I'm willing to leave anyone who can't. That's what I want to see us do. That's what has to change. I have clients right now in horrific relationships. Horrific. And every time they come in, they get so frustrated. I'm like, tell me how we got here. Tell me why you stay. Tell me why you believe this is how you should be treated. Well, he's doing this and he's doing that. What's going on inside of you? That's the way to end this. We need to know what's going on inside of you. That's what needs to be healed. That's what you have to work on. But you coming in here telling me he doing this and he doing that, and why do he do this, and how do I stop him from doing that? We don't. We focus on ourselves. We focus on ourselves, but we got to get these daddy issues under control. Because I tell men, like, I need you to ask these questions about the daddy, and I need you to vet for the daddy issues, because a lot of women have them. And if she's not aware of them, and if she's not doing anything about it, you want to leave her clean alone, because those issues are now going to become your issues. That's it. So this Sunday, masterclass, staying positive and hopeful while we're waiting for love. There is still time for you to get registered. Now, we don't have as many seats as we did. We have a limited number of seats, but there are still some seats left. Head to the link in my bio. Feel free to register. I look forward to seeing you all then. Ooh, I'm jumping in the session. Have a great day. As always, stay open to love.